Good afternoon and welcome to Uniquely Urbandale. I'm J. Michael McCoy for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, and we're powered by webcast1live.com. I want to introduce you to my guest this afternoon. His name is Blake Overton. He is the principal at Heartland Credit Restoration. And if you want to look up a website, it's real easy. It's H as in Heartland, C as in credit, and then repair. REPAIR. Did I spell that right? Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
.com. So first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me who your customer is.
So a typical customer for us, we really have two different customers. The way that I always put it is we have one that pays us as a paying client, and then we have our referral sources. So a referral source would be like a bank or a mortgage company or anybody that's out there pulling credit, maybe an auto dealership or something like that. So if they pull credit and they have a customer that needs some help with their credit, then we work with them so that they can help close more loans and maybe sell vehicles and get mortgages completed in a timely fashion. So that would be one customer for us. But the real customer, the one that we actually work with then throughout a program, would be somebody that had kind of a bad patch in their life maybe a few years ago credit-wise, whether they had collections or maybe a bankruptcy, maybe had some credit cards charged off, and now they're in a position where they kind of need to face some of that to work on increasing their credit score from that bad patch.
So do you have a lot of car dealers that you work with?
Yeah, we have a few. Yeah, mostly on the mortgage side, though. Most of the people that come to us were seeking out they wanted to purchase a home, and they were denied at the lender. So, but we do have a lot of auto dealerships, too, that send us some referrals as well.
That's great. All right, a couple questions I have written down here.
Yeah.
You work on credit restoration programs. Tell me what those are.
So basically what a typical credit restoration program would be is we would take a look at somebody's credit report and determine whether or not we could help them. So typically what we're going to be looking for would be anything that's negatively impacting the score, whether that be inquiries and late payments. The big ones would be collections, profit and loss accounts, credit cards that have charged off in the past, and bankruptcy-related items. So what we'd do is we'd look to see if we can identify any inaccuracies on the credit report. The credit bureaus have a crazy amount of inaccuracies that are reported just on our credit reports alone. There's been some statistics out there that 80% of us do have inaccuracies on our credit, and a large percentage of those actually negatively impact our score. So we first do that consultation to find out what's inaccurate. So when somebody goes through a period in life, I guess if you want to look at it that way, where they've had debt collectors all over them and they've had things shuffle around from one creditor to the next, credit reports can get pretty messy. So a lot of things can be reported inaccurately. So what we do, a typical program would be to dispute those items to the credit bureaus, all three credit bureaus, to determine what's true and what's not. So ultimately anything that's inaccurate needs to be removed. Anything that's outdated needs to be removed. We often see things that are past the 7-year mark for the statute of limitations that are still reporting and negatively impacting scores. So we get those items removed just simply through writing those dispute letters. And then what we also do is credit education as well to help them establish positive credit. So, and a few other things, but
that's awesome. So are there costs related to this for the consumer?
Yeah, so the cost is pretty much just going to be a flat monthly fee. It's very reasonable. We don't charge anything up front, so we always perform the work before we charge for it. Okay, we give everybody 15 days to make that payment, and it would typically be $230 and then $115 per month after that. A typical program would take anywhere from 4 to 6 months on average. I'd really recommend the full 6-month program. An average credit score of a client of ours that we take on is usually in the 500s. And we're usually looking to get them to that 620 or that 640 mark so that they can get approved for the home loan. And that's usually about 4 to 6 months.
My guest today has been Blake Overton from the Heartland Credit Restoration Company. If you'd like to look them up online, it's H as in Heartland, C as in credit, and then repair.
Repair.
Sorry about that. Repair, REPAIR.com. That's HCrepair.com. Check them out, and especially if you're looking to buy a house or an automobile. And Blake's got a very good idea here. Try to do this 6, 7, 8 months out. Don't go out there and find the house of your dreams. Yep. And then all of a sudden find out you need credit restoration, and there's no way that the owner's going to sit on that house and wait for you to get done. So kind of a little hint up front here from Blake Overton. and that is get this credit repaired and get it done now. Thank you for being here, Blake.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Appreciate it. For the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce and Uniquely Urbandale, I'm J. Michael McCoy, powered by WebcastOneLive.com.